Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Hello to my friends all over the world, to my subscribers and followers, not just in the Philippines, not just from Australia, but all over the world. Since this is my first Christmas in my Kontingawa channel, I decided to make this presentation today a little bit more special. That's why I decided to invite a very special guest, none other than our Christmas icon, Santa Claus. Say hi, Santa.
Hi ho ho!
I'm really feel honored that you came to make this presentation a little bit more special. You know, Christmas is the most festive season of the year, and because we want to make our friends, family, relatives to feel a little bit more appreciated and loved, of course. So we try to buy them all the meaningful presents that we think they deserve to appreciate their love and affection for us. And sometimes most of us will go out on our way, spending more than we should. And we end up spending, as I've said, more than we should, breaking our budgets. As you can see, he's very busy packing up his stuff for his deliveries, so I'll be doing most of the talking. As we all know, Christmas is the most festive season of the year. This is the time when we think and appreciate our loved ones, our friends and families, and we try to make them feel appreciated and loved. Sometimes we buy the most expensive presents and we end up spending more than we should. Which reminds me of a song most appropriate for people who tend to spend big, more than they should. And I dedicate this song to all of you big spenders. The moment you walk in the joint, I can tell that you're a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Wouldn't you like to have fun? How's about a few laughs? Let me show you a good time. Let me show you a good time. The minute you walk in the joint, I can tell that you're a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. So wouldn't you let me know what's going on in your mind? So let me get right to the point. I'm pop my coat for every man I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Spend all the time with me. Yeah. Shout out to my ultimate idol, Dame Shirley Bassey. This vlogging, Santa, is really hard work, don't you think? But I enjoy it. You see, even if I'm not a big movie star, I'll be immortalized in YouTube. My grandkids will be able to see me. They'll realize how glamorous their grandma was during her younger days. See? Hey, Santa, I bet you're a big spender too. How true is it that most of your elves have relocated to Middle Earth? I heard that they became so poor, from all the last 2 centuries of making toys. Just got them bored. They wanted to have more action, more excitement in their lives. So, is it true that they relocated to Middle Earth and they have a new master now, the Lord of the Rings? Is that true?
Oh yes.
Poor Santa. I bet you just order most of your toys from Amazon lately, given you have a shortage of elves in your factory. But don't worry. Who knows? The hobbits from the Lord of the Rings might have an epiphany, and they might think, they'll have a more peaceful existence if they move with you to the North Pole and be your helpers. That would be a brilliant idea, don't you think, guys? Yeah, I think so too. Personally, I can't afford to be a big spender. Not on my carer's allowance, If anybody asks, I have 2 kids with special needs, and the Australian government is kind enough to put me on dole. Every fortnight or 2 weeks, I get some allowance from Centrelink, and that helps. Every little bit helps. My husband is a laborer, and we're fine. We're coping. We're comfortable. And the little help from the government, the Australian government, it's a big help, huge help for me, because from that allowance, a little bit of it goes to help support my elderly parents in the Philippines, and they're very happy for that, and I'm happy too, because I know even if I'm here, I can still help them overseas in the Philippines. So, yeah, everybody happy. I'm sure Christmas is gonna be happy. Every Christmas is happy in my family in the Philippines, because they get a present from me every year. And all thanks to the Australian government, of course, my adopted country.
I'm no big spender myself. That's a fact. I make do with secondhand stuff. It's not too bad. Secondhand stuff from thrift shops, or in here in Australia we call them pop shops. It makes you save money. Yeah? Given all these astronomical prices going on all over the world, caused by this war in Ukraine, I don't want to go into that, but sometimes I just get carried away. Imagine how the Ukrainians will be spending their Christmas this Sunday. I can't imagine. Poor Ukrainians. And all thanks, to the madness of Putin. I wish we can all just go back to normal, from the pandemic, and then this war in Ukraine. It's just causing too much suffering in the world, You know what? I think Putin only needs one thing. He needs a time machine where he can just tap on the console or bring you back to the 1920s. And then he can go. He can take all his girlfriends and his oligarchs back in the 1920s, and they can have fun. Yeah, the glory days of the Soviet Union. That's all he needs. That's all Putin needs. A time machine. He doesn't need to bomb all his neighbors, to make his own empire. He just needs a time machine. Maybe Elon Musk can invent that for Putin. Or he's got another choice. It's option number 2. A spaceship. Maybe Elon Musk can lend him a spaceship so Putin can take all his girlfriends and all his oligarchs to Mars, and they can start building their own kingdom of madness in Mars, so they can leave everyone else here on Earth in peace. That would be a great idea, I can only wish we can all go back to normal. Don't you think, Santa? Oh, sorry, I've been holding you up for too long. I know you're on a tight schedule. I shouldn't keep you for too long here in my show, but I really appreciate you coming to my show. And before I forget, can I ask you for one last favor before you go? Just a sec. Oh, these are all presents for my little nephews and nieces in the Philippines. I haven't seen them since they were born. And I just want to send them a few presents, from their auntie here in Australia. See, it's a present for my little nephews and nieces. If I send this through the post, it would really cost me too much. So, for your present for me, Santa, could you please consider? And please, I beg you, could you just deliver this to my relations in the Philippines? When you do your rounds in Asia, delivering stuff for the kids. Maybe you can add this to your sleigh. Please, Santa. I just want to cut down the cost of postage. I can't afford it. It's too much. I can't afford it on my carer's allowance. In my carer's allowance, that's where I get my remittances to the Philippines to send to my family, my elderly parents, because they need support. So most of my carer's allowance just goes to the remittances. By the end of the year, I don't have much left to pay for the postage for the presents. So could you please deliver this to my family in the Philippines? It's got all the names and addresses and phone numbers. And if you feel like extra generous, you can give them a little cheap cash. That would make them so happy for this Christmas. Thank you. Would you please, Santa, please?
Alright.
Oh, Santa, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. I get to kiss your gray, bushy beard right now. Only if you like an overlay. And before I wrap up this presentation, I would like to send my personal Merry Christmas greetings to my relations in Bicol, Philippines. Hello, I'm on YouTube. And special mention to my batchmates, the Kulooks, batch 1989 at Kontingawa Central School. Hi friends, I miss you guys. Hope you have a reunion this year. And I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'll be waiting for your posts on Facebook. Yay! From now on, our troubles will be miles away. And have yourselves a merry little Christmas now. Say bye, Santa.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much.